talking about huge weekends since January and stuff like this. I mean, there's 3 games left in the season, and there's just a couple points separate all the teams. Somebody's going to have to win them, somebody's going to have to lose them, and the team that wants it more is going to go out and get it. Been pretty disappointed in the last couple of performances. I mean, I think we've played some good hockey. I mean, some really good hockey, but instead of going out to win games, we're finding ways to lose games. So we dominate for 2.5 periods and stuff like this, and it's kind of takes me back a little bit to where we got caught in that losing road streak earlier on in the year. We do everything, except finish off the game. So these last 3 games, 6 points up for grabs, and 6 points puts us in a pretty decent position to make it. It's going to be close with all these teams, so we'll have to see. But I'd like to think that for the possible final 3 games for the season, the guys will show up and they'll give everything, and they'll find a way to win these games.
Guys played hard, played well, but just found ways to lose the game. I thought that both games we played really hard. I thought they were arguably 2 of our best road games all year. I thought we deserved points in both of them, but we're just finding ways to lose right now. We're just making mistakes that are costing us pretty much every single time. So, I think if we can clean that up, do a lot of the little things better, but keep that same work ethic, that same emotion, I think we'll be fine.
I mean, I don't think that we played bad in Dundee. I think that we were right there, and I think that certainly for the first 2 periods and a little bit in Braehead, I mean, we were all over those guys not putting puck in the net again. No, I mean, we've said that all year. It's a big issue for us. And I think that guys come out and skate. And then, if you look over the tape, or maybe if you're sitting in the stands, it's apparent to see that guys are playing for 2 periods or a period and a half, and then maybe take their foot off the gas a little bit. And, in this league, all teams need is 4 or 5 minutes to stick a couple goals past you. We've seen that that's happened against, kind of 2 or 3 times in a row to us here. And that's something that can't happen. As far as home, I think maybe, we're energized playing at home. It's a great place to play. It's difficult for a place for teams to come into. We're quite comfortable here. But you've seen that just winning your home games clearly isn't enough in this league. You have to find a way to transfer it onto the road, and that's something that we haven't been successful with this season, but we only have 1 more road game left. So all they have to do is get up for 1 more road game, and without looking past Saturday, I mean, this is a big weekend for both clubs. Edinburgh are a couple points ahead of us, but they're going to need the points just as bad as we do. So see what happens.
Obviously we have our fans here. They're great. They get us going. I mean, they give you that little extra jam, right? But this late in the year, there shouldn't be any need for any extra motivation. But if there is anything that can give us that, it's definitely our fans. So we're looking to right the ship for sure tomorrow night, get a win under our belts, and then it's just 1 game at a time from here on out, and we got to look to win all 3.
I think they play a different style than most of the teams in the league. It's frustrating, and if they lull you into their style of play, and you're not going to beat them. They're very skilled, 6 or 7 skilled forwards, a couple skilled D at the back, and a goaltender. If you let him see the puck, he stops that puck all night long. The teams have kind of taken 2 different routes. Like the last time Edinburgh has really been beat soundly and stuff like that was in this building. And what they did is they reacted to it well, and they came right back and they hammered us the next night. And they've kind of gone from strength to strength. Whereas we kind of took a hammering from Nottingham, and it was something that stung and it hurt. We haven't bounced back quite as well, and that's kind of the difference between the 2 teams right now. But I was talking to my assistant, me and Danny were speaking the other day, and Danny brought up a great point. I mean, we're 7-2 against Edinburgh Club. So it's a great record. If you had that, going into last weekend, we would have taken, that matching. We've been quite successful against them. So we've got to come in here on Saturday night and put in a full 60 minutes. And then I'm telling you, Edinburgh is one of the toughest buildings for teams to go into. They're going to have to be up for it because they play very confident there. They score goals there, and we're going to have to be willing to do the dirty things to get those 2 points. But like I said, if we don't, and after Sunday, there's only 1 more game left in the season, and that's something that doesn't sit very well with me, and I know a lot of the other guys in the room,
Yeah, they've been playing good hockey. they're just finding ways to win. They're scrapping out games, but like you said, we've had success against them, and we're confident. You know, I think when we play well, we can beat any team in the league, and you know, it's not as if we're getting outplayed in these games we're losing. We're just, like I said, we're making bonehead plays that are ending up in the back of our net. And, you know, I think if we can get that sorted out, work through those things, figure out what it takes to win, I think we're going to be better for it, and I think we can maybe make some noise in the playoffs.
We've had a great team atmosphere this year. You know, believe me, after a game, after a loss, guys are down about it. I mean, I've seen in previous years and past years, guys not being too bothered about a loss, but it affects this group pretty deeply. Still can't put our finger on why we don't rebound back and learn from it all the time, but they get over it and they get ready for the games coming up, and they don't let it dwell on them. I'd say the only thing is sometimes we tighten up, and I think these guys feel the pressure. They know how important success is for this club this year and stuff like that. So, you know, maybe they're putting a little bit of extra pressure on themselves. But, you know, talking to Danny and you know, even my bosses, that's when you get the best of the players, and that's where you see, you know, kind of the cream rise to the top. You know, so. Guys should feel a bit of pressure this week, and they should come out and perform. I mean, this is what you play hockey for. You don't play just to kind of play through a season and not do anything. You want to be successful, and you know, up until the last couple of weeks, we were in a great position to you know, give a possible run at winning the division, and that's something that, you know, looks as if it slipped away from us. But you know, the goal in this dressing room is to go out and win 6 points, and we don't want to dwell on the past, because you do that, you get down on yourself. We want to go out and finish off strong.
Anytime you hold your own destiny, you know, you got to feel good about it. And basically, if we win our games, take care of business, we'll be in. And you know, I know after the last couple of wins, it's been pretty doom and gloom. I know after the last few games, it was pretty doom and gloom. Everyone's pretty down, not feeling too good about ourselves. But like I said, we're still, I think, in 7th place in the table, and if we went out, take care of business, we're fine. We'll be in the playoffs, and that's all you can ask for.
I've always said that Kirkcaldy's a tough crowd, and they've been very supportive, because I think they've watched great hockey at home this season. I think that there's been rarely a night where people have left this building disappointed. On the road, absolutely different story. I don't think that our traveling support has got you know, everything that they've wished for out of this club this season. But certainly at home, I got no complaints. And if it's much the same, and if it's busy and it's loud, it makes it a lot tougher in the Edinburgh Capitals, and it makes it easier for us to play and get that extra boost. So hopefully we come out, get a quick start against them, get the crowd into it, and start off our weekend on a good positive note.
Obviously, you know, all the guys in here love playing out there. We love playing in front of our fans, and like I said, when they're that loud and they're that behind you, you play with a little bit more emotion. It's just natural. But it's a hard place for other teams to come as well. You know, it's not an easy rink to come into. A lot of times it's a long bus trip, and it's a pretty hostile environment. You know, the fans are all over them. Sometimes I think the other players can get caught up in that. I think it takes away from their game a little bit, maybe. But whatever it is, we got to keep it going. We gotta make sure we make these last 2 home games count, and squeak one on the road, and get another home game for playoffs. This is by far the biggest game of the year, and they're as much a part of the team as anything else. And if they're loud and if they're behind us, it motivates the guys, and it's going to make it that much easier for us to get the 2 points. So you know, let's pack the barn, let's get her loud, and let's make a playoff push.